Hi everybody, welcome back to my 20th attempt at making this video. It keeps on running too long, and I know you guys lose interest after a bit. So, this is going to be the second episode in the series, which I maybe will call The Art of the Clutch. You know what? Fuck it. We'll call it The Art of the Clutch. The first episode was a preliminary introduction. This is going to be talking about CT and T1v1. Things that you have to do, like a checklist kind of thing. So there's 3 things for each, or at least I think there's 3. I didn't really count. I'm hoping that there's 3. On second thought, I don't know why I said there was 3. So first thing, as a CT, your first goal: do not throw a fucking flashbang or a smoke or a molly or a nade and give up your position if they have no idea where you are. Second thing, if again this is a 1v1 situation, play the site where all the information you already have leads you to believe it's going to be that site. For example, if it's an A execute, you kill 3 people on A, you kill the lurker, the last one most likely going to be A. Alright. And third, let the T plant. Don't be scared to let the T plant. Don't feel rushed to kill the terrorists before they plant the bomb. And fourth, where the bomb is planted, it's the key to where the T is hiding. Alright, so we'll go into that in a bit more detail in a second here. But for a terrorist, your main thing is to draw the CT to the opposite site of where you're planning. This ensures you have a safe plant, and then once the safe plant is made, you've now planted for yourself. Hopefully you can go take an angle and hide until the CT taps the bomb. As a terrorist, you never want to peek out before the CT taps the bomb, unless you know that the CT like just walked past you or some shit. So now we'll actually go into more detail. So as a CT, your first thing is don't give away your position. If it's a 1v1, bombs down A, I'm walking up connector, I have my gun out. Obviously, I have no idea where the guy is. He has no idea where I am. I'm not going to throw a flashbang. That's the stupidest thing you could possibly do. It wasn't even a good flashbang, to be honest. I needed some more force on it. But you throw a flashbang, now the T knows exactly where you are, and he feels no inclination to peeking you unless you tap the bomb. So you don't really want to do that. Second thing, as a CT, like I said, if you kill 3 people A, 1 underpass, it's most likely going to be last person A. So you might want to, sorry, I was clearing my decals. You might want to stay back, hold the cross to sight, a nice passive angle like here, where Palace can't see you, but you can see the sight cross. Again, I'm obviously not going to get the kill from this angle, but I get the information that they are there from holding this angle. Third thing, as a CT, read where the bomb is planted. For example, if it is planted here, there is a good chance that the person will be A main. If it is planted here, you have to be careful of cat. For B site, if it is planted here, it's a wall bang. If it's planted here, it's cat. If it's planted here, the guy could be anywhere, but most likely apps. So it's like understanding common places people hide after planting the bomb. Understand that this will not work as often as it should in higher levels and lower levels. Higher levels because some guy will plant here and then play CT because he knows that you're going to be looking A main. Lower levels because some guy will plant here and play sandwich because they're a fucking idiot. So you have to keep that in mind at all times. So also as a CT, if you want to draw the T's out, tap the fucking bomb and the T will come out, no problemo. If they don't come out after 1 tap, smoke and hold. If you don't have a smoke, just hold. If you have an op, hold and scope. You're able to scope in while defusing the bomb. By the way, it really throws T's off because they hear the defuse and they hear the scope. They're like, he's just holding this angle, I shouldn't peek out. That's a little 300 IQ pro tip. So again, don't give away your position unnecessarily. Play the highest probability site of them going to. Little side note on that: if you really have no clue where they are, I would play Cat on Mirage because you can not only see B, but you can also see A site. That's just a little side note. 3, let them plant. Don't be scared to let them plant. It's okay if they plant. In fact, it will actually help you. 4, read where they plant, and that will be the key to where they're hiding. So, now as a terrorist, your first job is to get the CT to move to the opposite site of where you're going. Let's say you had 3 people A that died, you had 1 underpass who died, so they know the last person is most likely going to be A. So if you want to run to B, it's going to take you 20 seconds to run to B. After about like 15 of those seconds, maybe 10, depending on how antsy the CT is, the CT is rotated to a much more passive position. So if you want to hold the CT rotate for a bit, you can throw a smoke. So that would be a CT smoke. Before the smoke even pops, I'm already running. The smoke just popped, so that gave me like a 3, 4, 5 second head start. So now I'm able to run to B. The CT is now holding. They might be or holding A site for a bit longer. If they were CT, they're either behind the smoke or rotating to jungle so they have a better angle, or pushing through the smoke very slowly. Regardless, it gives me enough time to go B. Second thing, if let's say you don't throw the smoke immediately and you run over to B, the CT, by the time you get in here, he's going to get a little antsy, maybe fall back to a more passive angle, or consider that it could be B, depending on how much time is remaining. So this is a nice smoke that I like to throw. I just tap W jump throw. It's not a perfect CT smoke. I didn't even throw it properly. Regardless, if the CT is anywhere but CT, they hear a smoke go down A, they're like, shit, he's gonna be A. Occasionally at higher levels, they will read this and say, hey, or see where the smoke came from and say, hey, looks like a fake to me, I'm gonna head over to B. So it could be bad in higher levels. I've seen it happen, but I wouldn't worry too much about that. It happens more often than not that you throw it and the CT takes the bait. So the reason why you're throwing that smoke or throwing utility somewhere to get the CT to go to the opposite site is so when you jump out, you can plant for yourself. This is probably the best plant on B site, second to only this, which you can play market, or you can play bench, or you can play apps, or you can play cat. So this is probably the best plant, but this would be the second best plant just because you're not open to literally every possible angle when you're planting. So once you plant there and CT is over on A, he now hears the plant went down, he knows that it's not A, he's now rotating. He's either rotating through connectors, so you have to be prepared, or he's rotating through market. Those are pretty much the only 2 options if it's a 1v1 situation, and you know that he's going to be on A site. So you have to be careful. But after the bomb is down, your third thing is do not peek unless he taps the bomb. Now, the problem with playing cat is that if he has any utility left over, which this late in the round he probably won't have a Molotov left over, or a smoke, maybe a smoke, but probably not a Molotov. But if he has either, he can throw it down like that, no problem, and you're going to be a bit stuck. If he taps it with the Smolly down, he's most likely going to stick it, and by the time you're like out in the molly and you're like aiming at him, he's off the bomb ready to shoot at you. You're already low HP because you're standing in a molly. If you don't get that kill and he hides, you're still standing in a molly. It could kill you depending on your health. So in some cases, especially with like determining what your money situation is, how much health you have, you might just want to save and let him have the defuse if it's worth keeping the gun. But again, as long as he doesn't touch it, you're not peeking. Who gives a shit if you hear him running past you right here and you're like, oh, he's not even looking at me? You're not 100% certain. You could swing out and get the kill. You're gonna have to swing out, find where he is, adjust to that, hope that he's not looking at you, know that he's gonna hear your step and turn to you. especially at a higher level when they're looking for steps, when they're and it's a 1v1. So you have to be very confident to be able to do that, or know that the guy is absolute dog shit. So I would keep that in mind. So once again, as a T, it is throw the CT off, make him think it's the opposite site, get a safe plant for yourself, and don't peek until he taps the bomb. Also, don't throw a flash unless you're peeking directly after it. If he has not tapped the bomb, do not throw a flash. There's absolutely no reason, because he's tapping the bomb to draw you out. So if he knows where you are, then he's going to take all the precautions against it. So again, don't give them any information, unnecessary information. There we go. So thank you all for watching. I hope this has helped a bit. Again, I will continue this series and get more in depth every time, especially for multiple, for like a 1vx situation, 1v2, 1v3, 1v4. So again, thank you all for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.